Hello and welcome to Hull Seahawks Behind the Curtain. We've got an important episode to bring you today. The Hull Seahawks have had some big news to announce in the past 24 hours in regards to one of its stars from the last season, Brock Bartholomew. Matty, everyone now will have seen the big news. That Brock won't be returning for the 24-25 season. We just thought with how the fans have become so attached to Brock. They've seen his amazing ability on the ice. He's become a real fan favorite in the last 12 months. That we wanted to just to share a little bit about why Brock was leaving, and sort of make sure everyone understands and supports Brock's decision going forward.
Yeah, obviously it's a bit, obviously a strange one. You wouldn't usually do this, but I just, like you said there, I think, Brock's obviously, really, the fans have taken to Brock a lot, and obviously we understand why. And obviously, look, this, we haven't had a player quite like Brock, really ever in Hull, and I think it's obviously a sad time and a tough one. I've probably done Brock's head in for the past, 7 months since, like literally after the first few months, like asking him. But yeah, look, this is the decision that he's taken, and I think for him, he's got to be confident with his decision and go for it. You only get one go at this career, and you've got to make the best of it, right? And yeah, look, it's going to be tough without Brock, just in general, just 'cause he's a good lad more than anything on the ice. But yeah, we like I've said a few times, we have to move forward, and yeah, we let Brock go with our best wishes.
No, certainly. So I believe when we very first caught up, it must have been, I can't remember if it was June or July last summer. I think Brock was joining us from a very, very early morning over in Canada. We did say on that pod that you'd even be surprised if Brock lasted the full season of us. He knew what ability he had, and he has the opportunity to go a lot further with his hockey career. And Brock, just to say, from what we understand, you're taking that initiative to try and do that back in North America.
Yeah, I think just been talking it over with my family and thinking about it myself. I think that's just the move I want to make to try to keep improving and kind of like Maddie said, just further my career and develop as best as I possibly can. And I think North America kind of gives me the best shot at that.
I'm sure you'll have been sort of inundated with offers, from, here in Europe, whether it be at, the national level, perhaps above and from other countries as well. So it must obviously be a tough decision, to maybe turn down some of these contract offers, but to back yourself back home, I think is, an important decision for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough, definitely. You never want to make the wrong decision and you don't really know until things kind of fall into place. But I think everything kind of works out for the better. Like coming here, I know I was a little unsure at first, but just once I got here, got embraced by everyone, treated like family. It was just awesome being a part of this organization and being able to make a difference in the community. Going to the school visits with Maddie and Joe and just all the other stuff we do around the rink. It's just been a lot of fun and been a fun season for sure.
How will the next sort of few months look for you then in terms of, finding the right opportunity in North America? How does that go about?
A lot of it kind of just goes through agent that I have, so kind of takes care of a lot of that stuff for me, but a lot of it too, just clipping some video and stuff like that. So we have a sample size for the teams and see what we're looking into. But yeah, I don't really deal with a whole lot of that part. Kind of just figure it out once I get what teams are interested in, try to make a decision based off that.
So just talking about your time in Hull, like you just touched on briefly there. Um, I mean, you've had an awesome year with us, and I'll hold my hands up and say you actually did come to my school, the school that I work with, Matty and Joe, and what an experience it actually was. Because obviously my school is a bit different to everybody else's school,
Very different.
and then the fact that we just took the bull by the horns and just let the kids have a go with the hockey stick, the hockey gear, and we literally spent half an hour cheering the kids on scoring a goal. It was absolutely magical, and they still talk about it now. But like doing the schools and things like that, how was your time how you found Hull? I know it must have been difficult at first and a bit different, but how have you enjoyed Hull and the whole environment and atmosphere?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Just like you said, the school visits, it doesn't take much for me to take an hour out of my day or whatever to go see some kids. And I know they enjoy it, and definitely just learning something new. And you don't always get to pick up a hockey stick and whatever in school and have some fun. So it's cool just seeing their faces light up and then seeing them again at the rink, and they're so excited to see you there. But yeah, it was easy transition coming to Hull, and it's just been a lot of fun throughout, just playing hockey and stuff, and then just being able to adventure out and see the country a bit, just being able to go to all the other places on days off like York and seeing part of the country that you don't really get to see culture, history like that back in Canada. So it's definitely just made me appreciate everything a little more and just grow as a person.
So I know, obviously, I think you took a trip down to London with Bobby Young. I think you took your family down to Manchester as well. You've had some great times, across the UK that I'm sure you'll remember. But talking of on the ice, what a season, rightfully, picked up a hat trick at the end of season awards. I hope you've got some room in your luggage to take those back with you. But how have you found sort of the season on the ice? Some crazy numbers for a defenseman. It's actually unreal. 23 goals, 40 assists. In just the 53 games, we've not seen someone make that sort of impact from the blue line in some time.
Yeah, it just ended up working out real well, just Maddie putting me in the opportunities to get all the ice time I can, and just the game plan he puts in place for us. We always try to work it back to the point and run three guys high. So when you're always running everything from the back end, it really just makes it a lot easier because you're always having the puck. And I think that's kind of the best part of my game is when I have the puck on my stick. And then just being able to play with Deck Bomber all year, that's also just a big reason why I have so many points. I played so well with him, and it was a lot of fun, and he did a lot of work for me. So it was just an awesome time building chemistry with him, and just really being able to thrive out there and knowing that kind of patrols the ice. So you don't have to worry about that side of the game when you're out there so much.
It's been tremendous to see, on the ice, around the rink, throughout the year. What is it you're going to miss? Obviously, it might be, the people, no one's going to miss the whole ice arena, really. I won't say that, but I say we've got to go better than the sun, but it's not a place you'll miss. But I say, how much you've lived obviously in the house with Emmy and Owen and Bobby throughout the year, and Danko as well. It's all those experiences that go along with the hockey, isn't it? And I suppose for someone at your age, coming from Canada, and obviously the year in Sweden before as well, but it's one of those life experiences, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely just the friends and connections you make, and wherever you play hockey, just that bond, the brotherhood that you get. You're spending all this time with these guys five times a week. It's just something that you can't really replace with any day job and stuff you won't find. That's something you really have to cherish. And I know I could come back to Hull in 5-10 years, and I know that there's lots of guys that I'd definitely want to meet up with or talk to. I'd always have a place to stay if needed. And it was just really cool seeing the passion that lives in Hull, the fan base that we have, something you don't usually see. You don't ever see out of a club that's only been there for 2 years, let alone 5 or 10 years. It's just really amazing how everyone just kind of gelled together and just loves coming to the games and stuff. Even though you don't have the nicest rink, once everyone gets in there, it just gets bumping and jam packed, and it makes it an amazing environment. So definitely makes up for it from the fans.
I think when we had our very first chat, we asked you the question, is there anything you're going to bring from home to Hull? I think you had two brilliant answers. You'd copied Bobby Young and said maple syrup, and then pictures of your family as well. Is there anything you're going to take from Hull back home?
Definitely gonna have to talk to Maddie about getting some merchandise to bring back, a few hats for my buddies and stuff like that. Got to bring back a couple containers of Chip Spice. Got some of that from the fans, so I'm loaded up on that.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, Chip Spice. I'll have enough of that until I come back next time. So, but yeah, just it's been good, and yeah, I'd say just Chip Spice, and yeah, that's it.
Chip Spice, yeah. Awesome.
Matty, took a year. We've officially converted him. But Matty, as you started this off, how much are you going to miss this guy? On and off the ice, he's such a character, such a player.
Yeah, I said when I signed him, I knew, we'd have something, a special kid, and like I say, we've spoke a lot, me and Brock, over the past, couple of months about, this decision and what he's doing, and I get it. I get what he's doing. I respect it, and I think he needs to go there and do show everyone what he can do, and he'll be fine. He's very skilled, and he's got everything in his game to make it over there. And like you say, he's a good lad as well, which goes a long way, I think. So yeah, I mean, it's been great just having him. He's really molded our team this year, and I think sort of the way I've sort of coached was, a lot of it was, like he said, was it with his game in mind, and trying to use his game a lot, as much as we could. But yeah, also great to meet his parents, and them coming over has been great as well. Great people, and I'm
Totally.
sure we'll still see them on the old on the old Facebook, and checking in. Tracy loves it, obviously. So yeah, great kid. Like I say, he'll always have a home here. Whenever I told him this, whenever he wants, we'll take him back in a minute. So yeah, but like I say, it's he has to move on. We have to move on, and like I say, we just felt like this was something good, nice for the fans to hear it from the player. You don't usually see this, so yeah, just a goodbye, and thanks for being so good. He made the year. Like, we wouldn't have been anywhere near as good, I don't think. So yeah, I mean, it's been great.
I'm sure all the fans, they will, they'll flood social media with their sort of messages of, thank yous, and then, support and goodwill, for your future. Me and Martin are very lucky that we get to do it, here live with you on the podcast, for the memories you've given us
Absolutely,
this year. I've had the pleasure of speaking to you on the pod, commentating on, pretty much, every single game throughout the year, whether it be, the memories of the hat trick in Sheffield, whether it be, you know, smashing 20 Timbits somehow in about 5 minutes when I gave them to you in the changing rooms at Leeds after the semi-final. It's been an absolute pleasure. To watch you on the ice, even more a pleasure. To get to know you off the ice. I'll let Martin say his two pieces as well, but got to say thank you very much for joining us, Brock. I'll let Martin jump in.
Yeah, to be honest, to be able to call the games and watch you play has been an absolute delight. You're absolutely incredible. I remember chatting to you on the gantry and stuff, and you're just a decent guy. You know what I mean? And my biggest memory is, I think, what was it, 13 seconds, something ridiculous like that whip round goal. I can't remember who was playing, and I think your family were actually at the game as well. I
Swindon.
remember Connor calling it on that, and it was absolutely, I've never heard the ice arena just blow up the way it did do. You know what I mean? It was absolutely incredible. You've like coming to my school, things like that. I've got so many good memories and stuff. And don't be a stranger. You know what I mean? You will be very much missed, but I wish you all the best in your journey and your future endeavours in hockey.
Wrap around on Rennie was a very, very good one there. But we've got to say thank you very much, Brock. Pleasure to have you on the show today.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you for everything throughout the year. I think you guys are two of the best commentators in the league, and it's a gift when you can really just kind of bring out the emotion in the game when people are watching. It brings that much more, and it makes it so much more exciting to watch. I know for my parents, you guys really made the games that much more enjoyable for them throughout the year, and I'm sure all the other fans that watch on the stream. So thank you for that, and just for all the kind words. It's been a lot of fun, and love the year. So nothing bad to say.
No, I'm sure we'll see you soon. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, Brock. But we've got to say thank you to everyone for watching and listening to here today to this special edition of the Behind the Curtain podcast as well. Make sure you stay tuned, though. There'll be a whole lot more throughout the off season. So make sure you're liking, sharing, following, and subscribing, whether it be on the YouTube channel or on the Spotify channel too. And we'll all see you soon here on Behind the Curtain.